welcome back to another episode of Movie Bracket Challenge. This is going to be my recap of Winnie the Pooh, and this is one of my sister Kathleen's favorite movies, and her favorite character is Piglet, so we definitely watch a lot of Winnie the Pooh growing up. This version I actually hadn't seen in a while, so it was really fun to revisit it and see all the stuff going on in the 100-Acre Woods. I love Winnie the Pooh. My favorite character is Eeyore, and I'm really glad he's a focus in this movie. We enter with Christopher Robin's bedroom. The narrator wakes up Winnie the Pooh, who's hungry for some honey, of course. And I love Winnie the Pooh and his honey. We get to see that Pooh goes looking for his honey. He runs into Eeyore while he's looking for his honey. Eeyore is looking for his tail, which of course leads them all to trying to find a new tail for Eeyore when they can't find his tail. They try lots of different things.
Thanks, Pooh.
Congratulations! You've won the contest!
I knew it was too good to be true.
And so the friends tried. And they tried, and they tried, and tried, and tried, and tried some more. Again and again, until they had completely run out of things.
My favorite is the balloon, because that just seems ridiculous. But I love the balloon, and I love that all the characters really want to help Eeyore have a tail. So that is really fun and really cute to see. Meanwhile, while still wanting some honey, Winnie the Pooh goes back to Christopher Robin. But Christopher Robin has left a note that he'll be back soon. Of course, not understanding what this means, all the characters think Christopher Robin has been kidnapped by Backstone. Kidnap Christopher Robin? This, of course, makes them all very worried, and they have to come up with a plan to save Christopher Robin from Backstone. We do get to see Tigger bounce a lot. He is one of the most energetic of all the characters in the 100-Acre Woods, and he goes off to save and hunt down the Backstone so he can save his Christopher Robin. We see him bouncing all around. We see him with Eeyore. Somehow all the characters, except for Piglet, almost land in a hole in this movie. And that's really fun to see. You have Winnie the Pooh down there. And of course, Piglet's got to save his best buddy or best friend. So he goes to get a jump rope to hopefully get Winnie the Pooh out of the hole. He does get a balloon at some point and somehow lands in the hole with them, which is not helpful at all. But it's really cute. And I love the friendship between Winnie the Pooh and Piglet. They're really cute in this movie together, and you see how they're all friends and like a family, but Winnie the Pooh and Piglet definitely have a very special bond throughout this movie. So Piglet, wanting to find the jump rope and get Pooh out of the hole, runs into Tigger, but he thinks Tigger is Backstone. So of course, Piglet, being the scared little piglet that he or she is, I've never understood which one Piglet is. If you do know, please put it in the comments. Piglet gets scared, and that's how Piglet ends up in the hole. I think I forgot to mention that, how Piglet ended up in the hole. I love that Piglet is scared and that Pooh makes him braver through all the stories. That's really fun. On Piglet's way down into the hole, he knocks over the books with the words. Pooh, seeing the honey pot, uses the letters to build a ladder to get out of the hole. Very inventive, Pooh. And that's how they get out of the hole. And even though the honey pot is empty, he still is the hero. We do get Christopher Robin to come back and tell us where he actually went, which is cute. Pooh is still hungry, so he goes to Al's place. Al is so wise and so smart, but sometimes not, because when Pooh gets there, he finds out where Eeyore's tail has been. Al is using it for a doorbell. So Pooh, instead of asking for the honey, gets Eeyore's tail back, which is so kind and so selfless. I love throughout the movie that we see all the characters really care about each other. And so he brings Eeyore back his tail, and for a reward, he does get his honey. So we start the movie with Pooh really wanting some honey, and in the end, he does get this giant pot of honey, and that's how we end our visit to the 100-Acre Woods. I love the 100-Acre Woods. I love all the Winnie the Pooh movies, but we want to focus on this Winnie the Pooh movie, which I'm going to show you right now. And please tell me if you're voting for Winnie the Pooh. I think Winnie the Pooh has a bunch of great characters, and it always has a selfless act or several selfless acts throughout. And in the end, our characters all get the reward that they deserve. Eeyore gets his tail. I'm not sure what Piglet ends up getting except for an adventure. But they all get to have a good time and be together. And I think that's the most important part to all of them, except for maybe Pooh, who the most important thing is his honey pot. Thanks for joining. Let me know who you're voting for. Okay, so we're going to talk about Aladdin now. I love this movie. It came out in the 90s, and it's a fantastic movie. So this is my recap of Aladdin, and let me know if it's your vote. The movie starts with street peddlers' voices guiding us through the streets. And then we come to Robin Williams, or the voice of Robin Williams, and he's a street peddler trying to sell things off his cart. Well, when we weren't interested in buying, he shows us the lamp. And he tells us there's this great story about the lamp. And that's how we lead into the story, which Robin Williams is the voice guiding us through. And we get to go. The street peddler starts telling us a story that begins on a dark night, sandy area. We get to meet Jafar for the first time. Jafar is having a secret meeting with the thief. The thief gives him 1/2 of a coin. Jafar already has the other half. When he joins them together, it guides them to this pile of sand that ends up coming up and becoming a tiger. Jafar pushes the thief towards it. Jafar wants the thief to go in. The tiger warns them that only one thief can come in. There's only one chosen person to come in. But Jafar gets the thief he's with, to go into the mouth. Instantly, the man is killed, and the tiger deceases into the sand. Then we go back to the city where we get to meet Aladdin. Aladdin is being a thief, stealing bread with his monkey. And we get to go on this adventure where he's trying to escape the guards that are trying to capture him. So Abu is the monkey. Abu is one of my favorite characters, and I love Abu. And Abu and Aladdin get away from the guards and are about to eat their breads, and these children that are starving, Aladdin and Abu see them. And I don't think Abu really wants to give the bread, but Aladdin does. And because they are such good hearts, they both give their bread to the children that are sitting there starving. We then see Prince March going to the castle because he wants to claim the princess's hand. So we see him go in to claim his princess. Then the next day, we see the same Prince March, coming out with his pants half bit off or torn off because the princess's tiger, has bit them off. Tiger's a little feisty. we get to meet Jasmine, Princess Jasmine, that is. And Princess Jasmine is very opinionated, and she's one of the very first princesses we see that is strong on her own. She is fierce, and she doesn't seem to want a man. She definitely does not like being cooped up in the palace and not let out, and having these men, princes, trying to be forced on her so she has to get married. She's not into that. So we do see her sneak out of the palace. She goes into the city, and she hasn't really been out there. She doesn't know that people are starving, these children. So she's at a cart. This child is starving. She goes to hand him an apple that is stealing because she hasn't bought the apple yet. And the person who owns the cart is furious with her. Of course, because she's stealing and she doesn't know. And they don't have money in this city. Jasmine is surprised. Aladdin steps in to save her. He pretends it's his sister who doesn't know any better. And that's how Aladdin and Jasmine meet. Meanwhile, Jafar borrows a blue diamond from the Sultan. Sultan is Jasmine's father. And he's out to find who is the one who can enter the cave and get all the riches. So then we're back to Jasmine and Aladdin, and they're talking with Abu, and Aladdin's being all smooth. Then the guards come in to arrest Aladdin. Jasmine doesn't understand why, so she reveals who she is, trying to save Aladdin. But they say Jafar wants him arrested, so he is. Then back at the palace, Jasmine goes to find Jafar. She's furious. She doesn't understand why Jafar has lied and said that she was kidnapped by Aladdin and that he might already be dead. So then back to Aladdin. Aladdin is in the dungeons. So Jafar, dressed as an old man, helps Aladdin escape. But he really wants Aladdin to do his bidding at the cave. So he tricks Aladdin into going into the tiger's mouth. He tells Aladdin don't touch anything but the lamp and warns them. They find the magic carpet, and the carpet helps them go to the lantern. Except Abu cannot help himself. He's, after all, a thief, a monkey thief, and he goes to pick something up, which makes the tiger, the cave, start to close in. And then the old man reaches for them, but Aladdin gets stuck. Aladdin gets stuck in the cave, but he has the lantern. And so he rubs the lantern, not knowing that Genie would come out. Genie has this beautiful music number that is very catchy, and I love Robin Williams in this movie. He does actually do two characters, are Peddler at the beginning, and then Genie, which he's hugely famous for doing the Genie voice. I'm not sure many people realize he's two voices in this movie. But Genie does his musical song. It's fantastic. And he says that Aladdin has 3 wishes. But Aladdin tricks him, saying, I don't even think you can get me out of here. So Genie gets him out and saves him. But it's a trick, because he didn't use one of the wishes. He just said he didn't think he could. So then Aladdin gets his 3 wishes. Well, he starts with one at a time. He wants to win Princess Jasmine's heart. Or win Princess Jasmine. And I think throughout the movie he really falls in love with Jasmine. But I think he just wants to be a prince and win in the beginning. But Genie helps him become a prince. Jasmine is, of course, kind of onto this, that this is the Aladdin from the beginning, but she doesn't tell him. But we get to see beautiful music numbers throughout the movie. It's one of the best musics in Disney, which is really something to say. And I love the flying carpet throughout the movie, especially on their date. And you get to see them fall in love. It's a very romantic movie in that sense. But it also shows the princess has a choice. For the first time in Disney, she doesn't just fall for somebody right away. Aladdin has to earn her heart, which I think is the first time we've really seen that in Disney, where every other time, really, like Sleeping Beauty, she just fell for him right away. Cinderella, she just fell for the prince right away. They never really had to earn it. Aladdin had to earn Jasmine, and that's why I really like this movie, because it shows women are strong and have a choice, and we're not just going to fall for any man. So I love that. Jafar the whole time is trying to trick the Sultan. He hypnotizes the Sultan to get Jasmine's hand in marriage because he wants to be the next Sultan. In the end, Aladdin does win with Jasmine's help, which I love it because she's right there fighting along with it. And Jafar gets stuck in the lamp in the end. And Genie, the third wish Aladdin does is free the genie from the lamp. I love this movie. I know I kind of rushed the end because I don't want to spoil the end for anybody who hasn't seen the movie. So just a quick little overlap in the end, which is what I usually do because I don't like to spoil the end of the movie for anybody. Aladdin is an awesome movie. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Definitely let me know if it's your vote. Also, I'm curious, in Aladdin and Jasmine are the main characters, but who's everybody's favorite sidekick too? Just throwing it out there to put in the comments for me because I love that. This is the Movie Bucket Challenge, and this was my recap of Aladdin. Don't forget to vote, 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 comment section, and our community page.